Jesse Brooks and Matthew Farrar believe they possess magical abilities and often title themselves as witches or magic practitioners.
It's a word we use very loosely.
I use it a lot for a lot of things. I think things that move me. Being alive.
Oh, that's cheesy.
Yeah, being awake brings this sort of conscious experience of things happening in this sort of dance or this order that you can't help but describe as magical. But then there are those people who create magic, and so they create this awakening experience for themselves or others, and they have these tools or techniques to do so. So they're called kind of like magicians. I do. I believe I possess the faculties to be awake and aware, and I believe I possess tools to create that experience for myself and sometimes others.
I believe I do too, and I feel like it's actually something that right now I'm awakening to. Didn't we talk once about turning like an avocado into a turkey or something?
What?
We did. It's kind of this idea that this is a physical, tangible thing, but there's also an energetic to it, this invisible kind of structure and field to the avocado. And it's within that sort of etheric, invisible structure that you can sort of make these subtle, magical changes.
When you sit and you simply like observe what's going on within you, and maybe I'm feeling angry, and I sit with my anger, I have seen it transform into something else. The anger goes away, and I'm happy, or I'm just peaceful, and that's the kind of alchemy.
Yeah. A show titled Buffy the Vampire Slayer, produced in the late 1990s, follows the story of Buffy Summers, the latest young woman in the line of vampire slayers. Buffy possesses supernatural abilities that make her physically strong and able to fight demons. One important character is a lesbian witch named Willow, who along with her other witch partner Tara, aids Buffy in fighting demons. However, at one point in the series, Willow gets carried away and begins to use magic for wrong purposes, and as a result loses the trust of many of her friends, showing the negative effects of misusing magic. Regardless, most key female characters in the show are shown as being particularly strong due to their supernatural abilities. The show deals with important subjects tied to witchcraft, such as control, feminism, and gay rights. Another popular series called Charmed centers around the story of three sisters known as the Charmed Ones, who are the most powerful good witches of all time, and it's their duty to protect the innocent from evil demons and warlocks, who are mostly males. An American sitcom called Sabrina the Teenage Witch, beginning as an animation, is about a girl who on her 16th birthday discovers she has magical powers and lives for most of the series with her 600-year-old aunts who are also witches and her magical talking cat Salem. Throughout the series, Sabrina learns that magic cannot easily fix all her problems, and she must take responsibility for her own actions. Bewitched, another comedy filmed in the 1970s, is about the dynamic between a young witch named Samantha and her normal mortal husband. In the series, she attempts to fulfill her role as a normal housewife, but her powers and her magical family, who disapprove of her marriage, get in the way. However, some Wiccans find that the type of witchcraft portrayed in these productions, although fun to watch because it is so unrealistic, is not relevant or helpful in giving people information about the witchcraft religion. Some also complain that the witches in these shows are portrayed as either young, beautiful women or old, ugly hags, both presenting unrealistic, stereotypical images of the witch. They claim the media depicts witches as sexual objects and gives viewers the wrong idea about who witches really are. The sexuality of women in the Wiccan religion is both a sensitive and important issue that Wiccans say is greatly distorted by the media. Additionally, such shows depict hackneyed themes like good versus evil that are contradictory to the beliefs of Wiccans. Generally, Wiccans believe that no one and nothing is good or evil, since everything and everyone is connected and contributing to the earth in some way.
Science that hasn't been proven yet.
I guess it's something that you can't really prove using numbers and things.
Something that appears out of nowhere from somewhere.
Magic is something that is out of the ordinary.
It just happens out of nowhere, I guess. Makes sense.
Something happening without physically making it happen. So, a force that's more mental than physical.
It provides an explanation for things that people can't quite find explanations for. It feeds that need that humans have to have a narrative or a reason behind everything.
Supernatural.
I just think magic is more of like a show.
It's kind of complicated. I think it's just like some way to entertain or trick people to thinking something that they don't want to.
I think it's two things. I think it's, like you said, the one where it's, the sparkly, ta-da, kind of magic. But then there's the magic that I do think has a kind of validity, which is practiced by people who we would probably put under the big umbrella heading of, pagans.
No.
Yes.
I guess no.
No.
Yes.
Well, what do you mean by magic? Like,
No.
No. I believe in reason, science, all that good stuff.
Well, I believe that not all things in the world can be explained by science.
Do I believe magic? Okay, yes, I do. I think magic happens every day with what are the odds of the next thing happening? Like everything in life is so random, kind of.
I mean, to a certain extent I do, but I haven't experienced magic, so I'm not really sure about that, how to answer that.
I don't really believe in magic. I think that magicians, they sort of do tricks that deceive people and make them think that it's magical.
No, but at the same time, I hope the belief that people believe what they believe.
People are able to create illusions that trick people into believing they see something that doesn't actually happen.
You never really know what's out there.
I believe in trolls too.
Okay. Time a flying frying pan hit me in the head. It was across the room and nobody touched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's just flying across the room?
Yeah.
Like a ghost or something?
Yeah.